It's been a minute since I have come on here and filmed anything onto my YouTube channel. Honestly, that's not to say that I didn't attempt to film things, because here and there sporadically I have tried to film something to upload onto my channel. But honestly, you guys, by the time I felt capable enough to upload all that footage onto my editing software, so much time had gone by and so much has happened that I felt like that content was, and that footage was just irrelevant. So I just like ended up deleting it, scratching it out, and tried to film again. And then the same thing happened, and it just became this like cycle. I am happy to say that I have now gotten my shit together for the lack of better words, and I really want to do something with this channel. I would love to grow it, to turn it into something, to just have a place where I can just be myself and just have a good time. And I know there's going to be some ups and downs along the way, but you know what, that's life. And I just have to learn to just kind of roll with the punches, you know, as they say. Before having this kind of mindset though, when I last uploaded my last video here on my channel, I had a lot of stuff happening, man. Good and bad, but mostly bad. I was struggling a lot with my mental health, and that's not to say that I wasn't struggling with it before, you know, doing YouTube. I was struggling with it even before coming to Japan. For those of you that may be new here, I live in Japan, have been living here for some time now. Before coming here, I had seen a psychiatrist back home, and I had a good team of doctors and a good support system. I came to Japan, and in the beginning, I also had a good set of doctors, but then from there, I ended up moving and bouncing around from place to place. That due to all that, I ended up not having a good support system as far as healthcare providers go. So I felt like all the progress that I did make, like I was reverting back, because I just, you know, my medications were off, and I was just getting worse. I also was struggling a lot with friendships here in Japan. That's not to say that I wasn't making friendships, or because making friends is not the easiest, but it's not the most difficult thing ever, at least not for me personally. But I was just having a hard time keeping up with conversations and text messages and just my life in general. And it got to a point where people would be like, oh, what have you been up to and stuff like that. And around that time, I started developing agoraphobia. For those of you that may not know what that is, that's basically where you have a fear of going outside. At the time, though, I wasn't sure if it was agoraphobia or if it was like a hikikomori, like a shut-in. I didn't know which of the two it was, but something wasn't right. Like I just, every time I would go outside, like I would open the door, or if I knew I had to go somewhere, I would like freak out and have these like massive panic attacks and sweating profusely. And I was a mess. Like, oh, like not even me exaggerating, literally I was just a mess. And I was having a hard time just keeping up with friendships, whether it be online or physically. I was having a hard time with work, just going to work, because, you know, I was developing just this fear of just being outside, and just everything. And then I had this, I don't know how you want to label it. I don't want to say situationship, because that just sounds so ew. It was a friendship slash whatever, and that kind of deteriorated. I don't know why things happened the way they did. And it breaks my heart when you develop a close bond with somebody and for whatever reason you guys just like drift apart. But I feel like it's like a one-sided drift apart, because I didn't want to drift apart, but the other person was just like, and I still have a hard time trying to make sense of all of that. I think because I don't really have the closure. Nothing was really said in regards to it, even when I asked. Communication is so difficult. I don't know why the F communicating with people here in Japan is just such a big deal. Like, I hate this whole, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but like the tatemae, or it's like basically where like you're two-faced. And I effing hate that. Like, just be real, man. Like, learn to like be human. Like, talk. I'm not a psychic. I can't read minds. What the hell? Like, just tell me what's going on, so that way I can either fix it, or at that point we can mutually just walk away. But like, without the communication, it's just like, what the F, you know? Anyway, that whole situation was just, it took a toll on me. And then on top of that, I had this cockatiel that I absolutely loved. I spend a lot of time at home, and I had a cockatiel because I wanted something to keep me company, because I was so terribly lonely. Sorry, I don't want to like cry and be a mess or anything like that, but bear with me. I had this cockatiel, and when I got her, she was happy, healthy, the best cockatiel you could ever, like, she was the ideal bird, at least in my opinion, for what like my wants and needs and everything. Like, she was just so amazing. And to be honest, I'm not sure if she was a he or she, but I just named her Sally, and I'm gonna assume it was a she. But to make a long story short, she started getting sick. Things got worse. I took her to the vet. They did all sorts of tests. Everything came back negative. They did blood sample, stool sample, chest x-ray, another type of x-ray, just to make sure that she didn't have any fluid buildup or anything else going on, or compaction, or everything was negative. I went home with antibiotics, was told to administer the antibiotics for 2 days over the span of 2 weeks. If things begin to get worse or whatever, bring her back sooner. But that was kind of what I was told. I did as I was told. And unfortunately, she passed. And it all felt like it was happening in an instant. And I grieved, man. Like, I grieved because I was grieving before she even passed, like, because of all these friendships and things and my mental health. And then like to have her, who was like there for me. Luckily I had a friend who is Japanese, and I had this breakdown, man. And I've had breakdowns before, but this one took the icing from the cake. And I was just like, dude, like, my cockatiel passed, and like, I don't know what to do, and like, I don't want to bury it outside because like, this isn't my house, and I would like to move at some point, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to bury it in like a potted plant and inside my house, because I do have some plants indoors, because, you know, of the smell, and, you know, and they'll attract bugs and all this other stuff. And so I didn't know what to do. And so he was just like, all right, girl, just chill and I'll do everything, because you obviously cannot function right now. And he was great, man. He went and he got a hold of a funeral home that caters to pets, all sorts of pets. I'll leave links in the description down below. This is not sponsored, not anything. I will go more into detail in a different video in regards to the whole pet funeral process, because it's I feel like it would be useful to those of you that own pets, whether it's something as small as a little rodent or a small frog to, you know, a big dog. Yeah, you have options, not just burying them or anything like that. So yeah, anyway, I got all that situated. I got her ashes and everything, and I grieved and I cried. And boy, when I say that I cried for days. And around that time, I started becoming more of a shut-in. You know, my friend was seeing that I was just like getting worse and worse and worse. And then he was just like, all right, I am gonna go and take you to see a psychiatrist, because girl, you are a mess. And obviously I feel like this is more than you can handle. Like, I think you need some outside intervention. I didn't fight it or anything like that, because I agreed. And yeah, he went and he called a psychiatrist that he was familiar with. And he went and made me an appointment. He took me to the psychiatrist. I got some medications, which I feel more stable now. I don't think it is a solution to all my problems, but at least it's stabilizing me to where when something happens, I don't feel the highs or the lows. Like, I just stay stable enough. I do think I need to see a therapist, but right now I'm taking it one step at a time. Go the medication route, take that for a while, and then at some point go and see a therapist. From there, I also ended up finding a really good pharmacist in my area that spoke perfect English, which was so helpful, because you know, I don't speak the language and I have questions, and we just want to make sure that everything is okay. And that has been very helpful. So yeah, I can't sit here and say that everything is perfect, but I'm making progress, and I feel like I'm in a slightly better place mentally and emotionally than what I was when I was still making content. Something my psychiatrist had suggested was to start journaling. I'm not much of a journaling type of person, you guys. I've tried in the past and I've never kept up with it, but my psychiatrist thought it would be a good idea to start journaling. And when I feel a certain type of way, or just, you know, I want to talk to somebody, but you know, I'm struggling because, you know, he said that, you know, journal. So that's what I've been doing. I actually got this one from Amazon. I'll link it in the description down below in case you're interested. Not affiliated, not sponsored or anything. Just sharing. But yeah, I like it because it has a lot of pages. It has a little compartment for your pen. It has like a little bookmark. But yeah, it has a lot of pages. And it's kind of funny how journaling, it kind of turned into me scrapbooking, because I've been like putting receipts and trying to make all my pages look really nice and cohesive. And it's crazy because this got me to start scrapbooking, which was a hobby I had before my mental breakdowns and everything. And from my scrapbooking, I started getting into drawing and sketching again, and from there I started getting back into working on my plastic models. I love building Gunpla. I'm not much of an anime person. I don't really watch it too much, but I do love building plastic model kits, Gunpla, replicas of cars and motorcycles. I also really enjoy building Legos. I like tinkering with my hands. So yeah, I got back into all of that, and all from just journaling. So I guess this was a blessing in disguise. I don't do this every single day, but I have kept up with it. And that's something that like I want to bring into like 2026, is to like really focus on me. Like I don't want to focus on other people. I really need to focus on myself before anything. And I'm making progress. So, you know, also, I'm sure you can hear in the background, I have birds. You can probably see them in the background. I do have 2 budgies, a boy and a girl. And I also have a new cockatiel. I wasn't sure if I was going to get another cockatiel. I was just going to stick with my budgies because of everything that happened with Sally. But I ended up getting my new cockatiel as a Christmas gift. So, and I'm happy. And yeah, I'm also drinking a energy drink, Red Bull. Oh, this flavor is so good. It's apple. These are so good. It's like senbei, but they're like sweet. It's like peanutty and honey-ish. It's so good. I love senbei. But like, I like the sweet senbei. I'm not so much of the savory senbei, but the sweet ones, oh, they're so good. And then I went to this chocolatier shop. Am I saying that correctly? And I got some chocolate. Look, this has pistachios, some marshmallow, some, I don't know if it's cranberries or some other type of berry, maybe raspberry or strawberry. I'm not sure. But it's just a bunch of berries with dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. This, look how yummy that is. Oh my God. I had a piece last night and I'm like, girl, I've been fiending. So I am going to get to editing this video and upload it. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for those of you that have stayed subscribed, that have bared with me as I'm going through all these things. And also I apologize for like, for those of you that may be new here, you probably don't really know much that's going on. But for those of you that have been subscribed, probably noticed the fact that I've changed my channel name so many times. I've privated, deleted so much videos and stuff. But that won't be happening anymore. I just was very conflicted with what I wanted as far as my channel name to be and the content. And now that I have all that situated, everything is staying as is. Look at my hair, you guys. Also, when everything was going down, I had like the biggest meltdown and I gave myself bangs, you guys, thinking it would be like the cutest thing. Oh my God, like instant regret. Luckily they're getting longer, but my hair's a little messed up and I tried to put myself together for this video, but I don't know. I don't know about all that. Anyway, this video is a little bit all over the place and I have to go and rescue some birds because one of them kind of fell behind my bed. Anyway, thank you so much for everything, for your support and for liking, subscribing, and yeah, Happy New Year. 2026, I want to work hard despite everything, and that is the goal, is just to hustle, work hard on myself, on my physical health, and just have a better year. It doesn't have to be a great year, but I would like to have a better year than what 2025 was. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the next one.